a motivational camp.
Learn a lot about bartending.
I like to give thanks to know can get opportunity to do certain things. I know certain people not to believe in it.
Young persons getting a new lease on life. The transforming experience is taking place at the National Service Corps Residential Camp, being facilitated by the Heart NSTA Trust. Stay tuned to learn about the program, plus more from the Prime Minister's multifaceted budget presentation recently. Hello there, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Welcome to Jamaica Magazine.
Register your alma mater for the Forestry Department's My Tree Legacy promotion and be a part of the preservation of Jamaica land we love. St. Catherine High past student Prime Minister Andrew Holness recently participated in the initiative.
It is not just because it sounds like a very nice thing to do to plant trees. It is a very real strategic response in being a responsible government, a responsible nation, a caring nation about our planet and our atmosphere and our climate and our environment to plant trees.
Let us highlight your contribution to the My Tree Legacy promotion by submitting videos or pictures of you leaving your mark. Every tree counts. Plant a tree today and keep climate change away.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, March 30, 2023. The House of Representatives has approved legislation to allow the acceptance of electronic signatures in court. The Electronic Transactions Amendment Act 2023, which was piloted in the lower house by Justice Minister Delroy Chuck, was passed during Tuesday's sitting. The bill also amends the Justices of the Peace Jurisdiction Act. Minister Chuck says the proposed changes are part of measures to modernize the highly paper-based courts through the introduction of a digitized system that will maximize operational efficiencies. The legislative amendment allows judges to utilize an electronic signature in the issuance of warrants and to recognize electronic documents as records of the court. The Justice Minister says safety protocols will be put in place to mitigate security risks.
The security risk, Madam Speaker, associated with the use of electronic signatures, such as fraud through the unauthorized use of an electronic signature, would be mitigated through the establishment and maintenance of a stable and controlled environment supported by the requisite safeguards and fit-for-purpose infrastructure, as well as the training of the users interfacing directly with the system.
Meanwhile, Minister of Justice Delroy Chuck is warning motorists with outstanding traffic tickets to pay up and avoid facing serious consequences. The minister asserts that it is not a priority of the government to collect traffic fines, but rather to create law and order on the country's roads, revealing that 70% of cases that go to the parish courts are matters dealing with traffic tickets. Minister Chuck is encouraging motorists to drive carefully.
One man recently almost knocked DCP, Deputy Commissioner Fitzbailey, breaking the traffic light. And when they checked, he had 74 tickets, unpaid. Recently, a motorist was stopped, 741 unpaid tickets. All I will say, their days of reckoning are at hand.
He says persons with outstanding tickets who fail to come forward and pay them will be delivered electronic warrants.
And what does that mean? It means that it will be electronically issued. And when a policeman stops a motorist, the police can easily go on the website and see if there is a warrant out for that motorist. And once he downloads it on his phone, he just shows he's serving it. He doesn't have to take it off the phone and give it to him. He's going to show that there's a warrant here that I am executing, and therefore come with me to the station.
Minister Chuck was speaking at a recent commissioning ceremony for Justices of the Peace in Clarendon. A secretariat managed by the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs has been established to provide technical guidance and support to the Constitutional Reform Committee. The officers of the Secretariat are drawn from the Ministry and include the Permanent Secretary, Director of Legal Reform, Chief Parliamentary Counsel, and Senior Constitutional Reform Officer. There are also representatives from the Ministry of Justice, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, and the Attorney General's chambers. They will be assisted with steno writers from the Office of the Services Commission. The newly formed Constitutional Reform Committee recently had its first meeting and outlined the execution of its tasks in 3 phases. Phase 1 will focus on repatriation of the Constitution of Jamaica, abolition of the constitutional monarchy, establishment of the Republic of Jamaica, and other matters of the Constitution for which a referendum is required for them to be amended. During Phase 2, there will be a review of other ordinarily entrenched provisions of the Constitution. This includes the wordings and provisions of the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms set out in Chapter 3. Phase 3 will end with a full assessment of the country's legal and constitutional infrastructure to facilitate putting together the new Constitution of Jamaica.
The committee is required to help guide the constitutional reform process throughout all phases of the work, including during the referendum process. And when I say all phases, to culminate in the crafting of a modern new Constitution of Jamaica, which reflects an appreciation and understanding of our cultural heritage, our governance challenges and development aspirations, and which embodies the will of the people of Jamaica.
The Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs gave the update during Tuesday's sitting of the House of Representatives. She says the timeline for Phase 1 is approximately 2 months. Phases 2 and 3 will proceed in sequence after the bill for a referendum is tabled. This will run in parallel to the work to be done to prepare the voting public for the decision to make Jamaica a republic. The Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, will begin issuing a new high-security electronic or e-passport document to the public starting tomorrow, March 31. The e-passport is the latest technology initiative by the agency to safeguard the identity of citizens and the Jamaican travel document. Chief Executive Officer of PICA, Andrew Winter, says the introduction of e-passports is necessary to bring Jamaica in line with emerging trends globally.
The agency will continue to help to place Jamaica at the forefront of technology. We will continue to go from best in class to becoming a world-class country, and in particular an agency that can serve you better.
This will see Jamaica joining more than 150 countries that use e-passports, including 11 of its CARICOM neighbors. PICA's decision to issue the electronic document is aimed at facilitating greater confidence and acceptance of the Jamaican passport for travel facilitation globally. An e-passport is an electronic machine-readable passport with an embedded microchip that stores a digital version of the holder's biographical data. The chip has a unique digital signature specific to each issuing country and is activated once the chip is encoded. PICA says passports previously issued are still valid until the date of expiration and there is no need to change them. There will be no increase in fees. Meanwhile, 24 persons have been granted Jamaican citizenship by the government. They were presented with documents formalizing their status by the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, during a swearing-in ceremony on Monday. Chief Executive Officer of PICA, Andrew Winter, welcomed the new Jamaican citizens and encouraged them to play their part in the advancement of the country.
There are many Jamaicans who are involved in many fields of medicine, technology, agriculture, and many fields that is advancing the welfare. And we are happy that you have joined us in this journey to help to ensure that you play your part. Becoming a citizen of Jamaica now opens opportunity for you and your children and your grandchildren who will continue to serve and help this country to grow.
And finally, Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett is calling for the development of a coffee innovation town in St. Andrew or Buff Bay. The town would act as a focal point for demonstrating the many qualities of the well-known product. This is one method, he argues, Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee can be used to stimulate economic growth and cultural identity. The minister made the statement during the 6th Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee Festival held on the weekend.
We want to tap into this very large, elongated and wide and deep coffee value chain, which every link of which has potential for economic growth and development and enhancement of individuals and communities.
For his part, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator Auburn Hill, says the coffee product is something special that Jamaicans should continue to build.
As the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, wherever I go, I am there asking for investment to come into this industry because we have something very special here in Jamaica that we must continue to build.
The festival offered participants an in-depth look into the world of coffee by showcasing the distinctive and varied goods inspired by coffee from more than 35 businesses across the nation. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Recover with integrity. Recover with integrity. We should all work together. One aim, one vision. In the fight against corruption, there is no division. United with the Integrity Commission. Let's stand up and make a healthy decision that we will not turn a blind eye. We will not lead secret lives. We will not accept no bribes. We will not push values aside.
A message from the Integrity Commission.
The Prime Minister's recent budget presentation to the nation touched on a myriad of issues critical to Jamaica's sustainable development. Today, we explore one more avenue through which vision is being actioned to reality.
The following is an excerpt from the 2023-2024 budget presentation by Prime Minister the Most Honourable Andrew Holness.
This administration has undertaken the biggest spend in Jamaica's history on irrigation, investing billions in the Essex Valley Irrigation Scheme to serve parts of St. Elizabeth, Manchester, and the Southern Plains Irrigation Scheme, which will serve farmers in parts of Clarendon and St. Catherine. The projects experienced challenges during COVID, but I'm happy to report that the project is now moving apace. The plains of St. Elizabeth are among the most fertile in our country. Farmers, despite not having irrigation, have proven to be the best in the world in using very low water supply to grow very productive crops. We undertook a feasibility study to take water from the Black River and use it to irrigate the plains of St. Elizabeth. We will be declaring the Pedro Plains Irrigation Scheme a national strategic project. We will bring water to hundreds of farmers and communities, including Flagaman, Greenfield, Southfield, and Top Hill. It is estimated that the project will cost approximately $200 million United States dollars and will be financed through a combination of our own resources, grants, and loan funding from the French government.
Yes, walk right over there and drop it in the bin. Reuse that wastewater from your kitchen for the garden. Get your hands dirty and plant a tree. Farmers, hold off on the pesticides, especially near our rivers. Do your part to protect our watersheds so we can preserve the source of our drinking water. Every act to protect our watersheds counts. Start now.
The government is engaging unattached youth in a targeted intervention. They are being enrolled in the Jamaica National Service Corps residential camp, away from all the distractions, to learn employment skills and receive other social and developmental training. Here's a quick look at what the initiative is about.
main focus here is the re-socialization of these young persons and looking at behavior modification as it relates to them individually, and also identifying what I would call an educational plan for moving forward.
Right across the island, but to be a part of such a structured program, it is close to our hearts because we want to reach these kids, and whatever program is organized to do so, the Jamaica Constabulary Force will always support it. Some of you are working to be rich, and some only say you want to be rich. You told me that you slept for 8 hours. However, you went to bed 12, you woke up at 10. So this is you evaluating your life and realize that what you're saying is not matching to what you say you really want. Everybody will say that they want to be rich. You want to be wealthy. You get so used to 24 hours that you don't even realize what you're doing with it. I think that we are all given platforms, and a platform that you're currently at now is your way of impacting youth. Do you remember when you were in high school? There is a person just like that in high school now, and it is your chance to tell them what you went through and how can you now overcome this. Now you're part of an organization. JCF is a part of it, and again, we won't all name, but there are several other organizations. Peace is not an individual race, it is a collective bargaining where we're all trying to achieve the best thing for Jamaica.
Falmouth campus is thrilled to be involved with the National Service Corps. We would have seen the youth transition from just being persons who are not sure about what they want to those who are now engaged and know that they can do a skill. They have been empowered through our programs. We have engaged them in programs such as drywall construction, tiling, bartending, data entry clerk, and we have even served them in areas of reading and literacy. Now, the Heart Trust has done a magnificent job in engaging these youths, and it's a wonderful undertaking. And so we applaud Jamaica, we applaud the Trust just to continue to build our youths. What they need is just someone to believe in them, and that is what the Heart NSTA Trust has done.
Who else is doing this? Which other organizations really going in the streets and getting those youngsters that basically everybody give up on? You know, I think if we didn't do it, then they wouldn't have a chance, they wouldn't have a hope, you know? What would happen to them? Just think about it. So I think Heart Trust has done well for these youngsters.
We are a part of the youth banking unit. Part of what youth banking is we have our JNWay program, which is our Wise Aspiring Youth. And this program is really an engagement initiative geared to promote financial literacy and empowerment of our youths.
GN Bank, as I've known before, would have been a key stakeholder, and what it is that we do is kind of just promoting financial literacy overall with our youth.
This program program, the heart program that you are now here for, is giving you hope for tomorrow. The drug use may wipe away that hope. So the initiative really caters to young persons 17 to 29. One of the things that we encourage other partners or other agencies to come on board is that we are helping to build a stronger Jamaica. We are helping to empower our young people. So yes, they're being trained in skill set, but they need the social skills. They need to understand what the work world is like. So when we can come in as agencies and give them the opportunity to see and to role play, to feel what it's like to go out there in the work world. So I encourage all agencies, come on board. It's something that we can help our young people with.
Transformation here is definitely happening. These youngsters are finally realizing that there is value to their life, there is purpose to their life. They can actually become someone. They realize that heart just cares. Heart just cares, and we want to make a difference in their life. He's one of our participants, and I was just looking at his book one day, and I was so impressed that I just couldn't leave it there. So I wanted to share it with Miss Roden and Miss Bell and everyone. So come and take a look at his handwriting. Look how him line up him thing them. Look, straight. Glad to know you come and you really apply yourself and doing your best. Talk to the camera.
No, learn from there.
Talk to the camera, tell them.
But I like to give thanks to know can get the opportunity to do certain things, isn't it? I know certain people not to believe in it, isn't it? I know they're not going to believe until they see where they see it. So, I like the idea and like the energy I get from General and Mother, isn't it? I know enough respect.
I am grateful that we're able to do the National Service Corps residential camps once more, so we're able to reach even more of Jamaica's youth. Many years ago, the National Youth Service had a similar program, the CORE program, and for years we've heard about the impact of that program. Many persons around the country would tell you how their lives changed. So we're happy that we're able to offer a similar program now that we have merged with the Heart NSTA Trust, and we have the ability to reach more of Jamaica's youth.
Heart is a proud partner under the Government of Jamaica's Citizen Security Plan project supported by the European Union. This project is a multi-sectorial project that focuses on training and certifying young people for the development of our country. For this camp, we would have selected hotspot communities and zones of special operations to recruit these young persons from. We'd also like to thank our partners who have contributed significantly to the success of this camp and welcome other partners who can help us make a difference.
It's a very educational camp. It teaches us about empowerment, telling about our community, how our community is and how we can be better persons.
My experience here, it is lovely and I like it because I make new friends, learn a lot about bartending.
Well, it's very interesting, it's helpful also, like it's a motivational camp, yeah.
So not only are we able to impact the lives of Jamaica's young people through their behaviors and exposing them to the world of work, but also through our merger, we're able to offer them certification. So within the 6 weeks period, we will be able to offer them what we call our job certification, and I must tell you that the young people are very excited. They are doing very well, and we're really looking forward to the impact that this program will have.
If you need more information on the JNSC residential camps, contact the Heart NSTA Trust at 876-929-3410 or visit any of the training locations nearest you.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life-changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
This is all the time we have for today. Be sure to join us again tomorrow when we'll bring you another informative program. In the meantime, stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via tweet at JIS News. You may also find us on all the major social media platforms and through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the entire production team here at the JIS, I am Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.